Hola! Good evening, everyone. Today, we're embarking on exploration of problem solving in finance. Our focus is simple but profound: to enhance your ability to make strategic financial decisions from both management and investor perspective. Think of this session as a mind map. At the center is our theme, problem solving in finance. From there, we'll branch out to explore capital structure, corporate restructuring, fraud risk management, and practical simulation. By connecting these elements, we'll create a comprehensive framework for tackling financial challenges. So let's begin with first branch, which is capital structure. Our primary goal today is to develop financial problem solving skill by two items. First, management perspective, which is optimizing resource and aligning financial strategy with business goal. Second is investor perspective, evaluating decision to maximize shareholder return. Each brand we explore will connect back to this dual perspective. First branch is capital structure. The definition is capital structure refers to the mix of debt and equity a company used to finance its operations. The key metric is debt to equity ratio, which is indicate financial leverage. A balanced ratio minimize risk while maintaining growth potential. The second metric is weighted average cost of capital. We call it WACC, measure the cost of financing. Lowering WACC improve profitability and shareholder value. Let's see the practical example from Tesla. In its early years, Tesla relied heavily on the equity financing to fund R&D and innovation. This avoided high interest debt but diluted the ownership. As Tesla grew, it leveraged its improved credit rating ratio to issue bonds. This reduced WACC, balancing costs, and also the risk. Problem solving insight. For startup, equity reduces financial risk and support innovation. But for established companies, debt can optimize the cost but requires stable cash flow. So ask yourself, is your organization leveraging the right financing mix to achieve its goal? Moving to the second branch about corporate restructuring. The definition is corporate restructuring involves strategic changes to enhance financial health or focus on core competencies. So we move into the branch number 2, which is corporate restructuring. The definition is corporate restructuring involves strategic changes to enhance financial health or focus on core competencies. So key types, so we have a couple of options. First is merger and acquisition. For example, Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison, which just merged 3 years ago. Integration to big telecommunication provider in Indonesia had drive strong growth across all business lines. The outcome is total revenue increased by 48% year-on-year to 10 trillion rupiah. EBITDA increased by 29.1% year-on-year to 4,380 billion rupiah, with EBITDA margin stood at 40.3%. While the net profit attributable to owners of the parents is recorded at 129 billion IDR, the company customer base expanded from 34.6 million to almost 100 million subscribers year-on-year, with data traffic grew about 98.5% year-on-year. Deficitors. Example of General Electric devastation its finance division. The streamline of GE's focus on the industrial segment like renewable energy and reduce debt. The third one is about leverage buyout, so-called LBO. Case study we can see from RGR Nabisco. The buyout used significant debt financing to acquire the company, while operations streamline post-buyout. Over-leveraging created financial strain. So, moving to the problem-solving insight. From the management perspective, restructuring align resource with core goals and improve efficiency. From investor perspective, its impact confidence, minimizing risk, and potential of more returns or profitability. So, branching number 3, fraud risk management. The challenges is fraud often arise when companies face pressure to meet unrealistic financial targets. The case example is from Wirecard scandal. Wirecard inflated its financial statement, leading to bankruptcy and massive loss for investors. The problem-solving tools is we call fraud pentagon. So there are 5 factors on fraud pentagon. First is pressure, second arrogance, competence, rationalization, and also opportunity. Focus on factors like pressure, opportunity, pressure, rationale to detect the vulnerabilities. So the best practice to avoid fraud is we have 5 steps. 5 steps to prepare financial audit: gathering, organizing financial records and document. Second, reviewing accounting policies and procedure. Third is conducting internal controls and testing. Fourth is reconciling account and verifying balances. And the last one, addressing any identified issue or discrepancy. Conduct regular audit and enforce ethical leadership to safeguard financial integrity. So the insight for manager: robust control, reduce fraud risk. For investor, scrutinizing financial report helps identifying red flags. The last one is about practical application. So we will use the interactive simulation. So let's apply what we've learned simulation. Imagine your company TechGrow has 1 billion IDR to allocate between 2 financing options. So we have debt or equity. So the difference between debt and equity: for debt, we keep the full business ownership, while the capital repayment with interest. For the dividend or return expected is more to equity. Security required is on the debt side, and the access to the investor is on the equity part. The equity issuance for R&D expansion, debt financing at 5% interest for market entry. So that is the assumption. The analysis is equity avoids financial risk but dilute the ownership, ideal for long-term innovation, while debt is cheaper but increased risk, suitable when stable revenues can cover costs. The outcome is, suppose the R&D investment yield at 12% return. Since these exceeded the 5% cost of debt, debt financing become the smarter choice here. Problem-solving insight: tools like WSEC debt to equity ratio help evaluate this option effectively, balancing management goals with investor expectation. So the closing on this mind map is summary and call to action. Let's revisit our mind map. First, about capital structure: optimizing the balance between debt and equity for growth and risk management. For corporate restructuring, use strategic changes to enhance efficiency and focus. The fraud risk management: protect financial integrity through a robust control. The last one is practical simulation: apply problem-solving tools to make data-driven decision. So ask yourself, are you financial strategies solving today's challenges while preparing for tomorrow opportunities? Use this tool and insight we explored today to align your decision with long-term focus. Thank you for your attention. Look forward for your question and insight. Ciao.